Good morning. Welcome to Soul Search Sunday. I thought I'd talk today about taking risks. There are times in life when we all have to take a risk. Yeah. Sometimes, for some of us, it's taking a risk just to get out of bed in the morning, to be fair. For others, it could be something like we're stuck in a rut. We're stuck in a rut, or we're at a crossroads in life, and we know that some sort of a change is inevitable, but we don't quite know how we're going to sort it out. And even when we do get to the point where we think we know what we've got to do, we see it as too much of a risk, and therefore we step back and we don't, and nothing changes. I'd just like to say at this point, my friends, that actually any change is inevitable. Personal growth, it's the personal growth element of that change that is a choice. We can choose to take a chance to learn what we need to know and move forward. We can choose to take a chance on us, and we can definitely choose to take a chance to change in some way. It may be our attitude, it may be our circumstances, it may be the need to earn more money, but we can make that choice. And I know I've said this before, but I work with people who often tell me the trouble is they can't make a choice. Trust me, in not making a choice, you've made a choice, and there's no escaping that. It's a conundrum, but it is inevitable. When we're in between careers or relationships or at a crossroads or anything like that, we spend an awful lot of time weighing up what to do next. If I do this, then what? The weighing up process is vital, but when that weighing up process turns into procrastination of the negative sort, whereby you step back and say, I can't do it, and you don't get anything done, and the problem gets bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where it seems insurmountable, there comes a time when taking risks are the only way that we can ever hope to move forward, in all honesty. I've been there many times, and I'm sure you have too. We can get excited. There isn't any reason why we can't get excited about the changes that we know are to come, even if we're scared to death. Even if we're scared to death, we can get excited. As those of you who have worked with me in any detail will know, there is a fallacy that fear and excitement are different. They're not. The only thing that is different in a circumstance where somebody is fearful and the other person next to them is excited is the perception of the situation that they're in. And there's no more indicative time of that when we're at the major crossroads in life, ending a career or a relationship, starting a new career, looking for a new relationship, for instance, laying the past to rest. Because if in laying the past to rest, we have to let go of everything that's gone before in order to successfully move forward. That's a massive shift for some people, and in taking that risk involves maybe a significant emotional investment of the kind that initially is seen to be negative. In actual fact, it's not. Going within and validating all the emotions that we attach to any situation and then letting them go definitely clears a pathway for us to move forward and makes less of a fuss about risk. It makes the risk that we're about to take more acceptable because we know there's no other way, if that makes any sense. As far as your situation is concerned, you have to take risks in life. It doesn't matter what they are. But the truth of the fact is that when one door closes, another one somewhere down the line opens. It's being open to and willing to accept that anything is possible. And if what's serving you now is no longer serving you, as in the situation you're in is no longer serving you, your relationship, your employment conditions, your general dissatisfaction with life, it's what I call the GPS of the soul. It's something that keeps coming back and bugging you. It's an itch you can't scratch. You know something is not right, and you know you have to take a risk to change. The only way you can do that is actually to jump right in and do it. And that is the scariest place ever. Speaking as somebody that's thrown herself in a tandem skydive out of an aeroplane, I know that true sense of fear when that split second that you jump, your life is very much in the lap of the gods or the parachute opening or whatever it is. It's no different in life. Taking a chance to choose to change is a scary place to be, but it's also the place where we grow the most if we're willing to it. If you're not willing to do it and you're stuck where you are now forever, would that be a good thing? If you're not willing to do it just because you don't know how, what is it that you need to do? Ask yourself continually, what do I need to do to make this happen? That's it. And sooner or later, the chance, the opportunity will appear as if by magic. And if you think that's not true, I promise you, the next time you get in a car with your kids and ask somebody to spot a yellow car, 6 months later, you'll be praying not to see yellow cars again. Because when our brain is actively searching for a solution to something, it starts to throw up endless opportunities that may involve taking a risk, but by the same token, requires us to be open to and accepting of the fact that we need to start to do the work in order to effect that change. Don't ever forget that piece by piece, risk, much like any goal, can be broken down bit by bit by bit into manageable steps. Chunking. Chunk it down. If you want to be married by 2022 and you don't yet have a fella, or a missus, or both, it doesn't matter at this moment in time. But if you're not doing anything to make that happen now, it's not going to happen. Not this year, not next year, not in 2022. It doesn't matter what your situation is in life. When something seems insurmountable and the only option that you have left is to take a risk, start where you are, work with what you got, and see how far you get. And again, I say that a lot, but it's true. Baby steps. That's all it takes, is baby steps to piece together the jigsaw that is your life. All right? There is no shame, no blame in being scared to make a start. There's no shame or blame in being brave enough to ask for help. In my opinion, asking for help is the bravest thing any of us can ever do. And there's definitely no shame in stumbling and falling. As long as you pick yourself up, realise that maybe you made a poor choice at that point, and actually now you know that bit doesn't work, you know this bit might, and you try again. It's an ongoing process. Everything that we ever set out to do for ourselves is a work in progress, including working on ourselves. Anything that you want to plan with a future date that involves risk, don't look for now at the overall risk, the whole picture risk. Chunk it back. What is the risk if I pick the phone up and ask ABC this? The risk is they'll say no. The possibility is they'll say yes. Keep it real. Keep everything real in every situation as best you can. As ever, if you get stuck, drop a comment below. This is a sort of subject that I love to chat about, both in the group and individually. And if there's anything that you are thinking about taking a risk on at this moment in time, and you're not quite sure how or if you should do it, book yourself, as a member of this group, book yourself a free call. One of the 30-minute free strategy calls in the link above in the announcements. Book yourself into my diary, and if you can't find a time to suit, send me a PM and I'll sort something out. I'm happy to help anybody for 30 minutes of my time to get you to where you want to be, if it will help. No strings. Anything else that happens after that is entirely down to you. But in the first instance, I am more than happy to help anybody get from A to B at least on their way to getting to Z. Remember, the alphabet has 26 letters. You take it one step at a time, day by day, you'll get there along faster, but each step involves taking a risk. Okay, take care, have a wonderful Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.